Okay, abusunya be makwa aba sonko so ereba POG Media so Ken Ofuriata Akuffo asemaba abusunya sisiano John Dramani Mahama issue statement or chese or the ban to a government officials and so both NPP and NDC obia ni wa obetumi etukwan ewo kromia inti airport no na omonso a airport no okwa Enkophobia yebepamo omo ankasa ya the list ni nyina ama omo abusua enye asem keto akwanti isi ano eye NPP officials NDC officials obia ni wa otukwan yi nyina ye tina kromia Ken Ofuriata ene ne nkofo ama government no ani adaho echese omo abokro no a omo pese omo nyina adwane free Ghana na abusua John Dramani say on now and Masano man and so lawyer Martin Pebu I drop it details. I found mommy and corner, young concotti and some course now answer never corner or and some can be a share your comment section like share my afro front so answer into me and kabi aha POG Media so madam
right in especially getting into these issues at this time and the verdict given. Council.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Kansi, I've said it in various interviews when the OSP did a press conference that I have a challenge with the timing. Yes, the timing of this declaration of Ofuriata as a wanted person. We will come to the issue of the propriety of it. You know, some have raised issues that once he had written to the chief of staff before leaving, we should not lightly agree that he can be declared wanted, right? Others who are saying we should look at the Extradition Act. But unfortunately, when we go to look at the definition of a fugitive in the Extradition Act, you see it referring to somebody, the person in Ghana, that declaration, a person running away from law that has been accused of a crime, etc., and the person is in Ghana. But now that Ofuriata is not in Ghana, I wonder if we can use the fugitive, the Extradition Act as the appropriate definition of a fugitive. Okay, but let's go to the substantive matter. For me, what I consider the substantive matter is the timing. Sorry, the timing. The thing is that, you know, Ofuriata has been around for all these years. Look at the issues. You mentioned National Cathedral.
So, yeah.
National Cathedral started in 2017. Kisei Jabin took office in 2021. I think it must be somewhere around September or something. But Kisei Jabin came into office 2021. So, from 2021, presumably, he must have been investigating, right? Because people have been raising hell about that project from day one. You know, Akuffo said it was going to be private sector led. Then before we knew, he gave land. Then James Kwabena Bonfe went to the Supreme Court. Then the Supreme Court held that, well, for land, it's okay. A government can give land and still be secular. Because Kwabena Bonfe was raising issues that, no, Ghana is a secular state, etc. So Ghana cannot get involved in constructing a cathedral, all those things. The Supreme Court looked at it and said, look, you can be a secular state and still give support to religious organizations. So giving land is not a problem. So that one went, we put that aside. But not long after, then Akuffo and Ofuriata started pumping in real cash into the project. That also raised a lot of furore. Remember, the NDC did a good job at that. They kept questioning. And even as part of Ofuriata's censorship, the hearing, they asked him. And he said the money was taken from the contingency vote. The word vote, like the way we vote at elections, meaning that money reserved for contingency. So the accountants and other good governance practitioners were quick to point out that you cannot use the contingency vote for a huge project like that, a project that is to cost over $300 million, right? So fast forward, then the procurement issue started. Then the number of the trustees were resigning, right? Yes, some even later discovered that they were not actually even trustees at the Registrar General. Dark Hayward Mills, etc. They found out that their names were not at the Registrar General. They were just given positions that were not backed by law because they were not on the papers. If you are setting up a guarantee company, you have all these people, they should be there at the Registrar General. They were not. So the point in one sentence is that this is a story, or this is a case that has been around for years. Why? And my understanding is that this invitation to Ofori-Atta to appear is the first. So I'm using the publicly available information. Afenyo marking on the floor of Parliament said that this is the first time Kissi Ejabe is inviting Ofori-Atta on that matter. And that letter is for the 24th of January. That's a letter dated 24th of January.
As I referenced, yes. Yeah, right.
Excellent, yes. So you see that for a matter that has been around for years, when you start looking for a man at a time when he had already written that he's going for medical treatment, then it's difficult to be on the side of the OSP. You know how I have fought Ofori-Atta. I've fought him every time I come here. I have my signature tune is that Ofori-Atta and Akuffo were just bent on borrowing to make their families rich. That's my famous sentence. We borrow, then Akuffo-Addo's family becomes rich through through Ofori-Atta's data bank. It's a statement I make week in, week out here, right? So I should be one of the very first persons to be extremely excited about getting Ofori-Atta to justice, right? But in view of the fact that these matters have been around for years and Kissi Ejabe has not been able to invite him and move forward the case, it's difficult at this time to say that I'm on the side of Kissi Ejabe. No, it's not. Look at the SML matter too. The same thing. SML, and it's good Manasseh is on this program. SML Manasseh broke it in December 2023, not 2024. So if you count from December 2023 to January 2025, you are looking at not less than 14 months or thereabout. Yes, so it's more than a year. So why sit on your hands for more than a year and the man announces that he's going for medical treatment? That's the time you say you need him. I mean, and I earlier on even made another point that after the elections, a lot of foot soldiers kept reminding these duty bearers that they should close the borders. I'm just trying to repeat the arguments, though they are a bit too wide, but you can see the wisdom in it. That close the borders because NPP ministers are going to bolt. I hear the National Service, they give to Owari. I hear she's also gone.
Well, we're here to confirm that.
Yes, I hear she's seen on some platform, Adam Bonner's platform, alert with Adam Bonner.
We don't know that independently, but we'll check. Okay. We can't confirm that for now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So other people. So what I'm saying is that even foot soldiers saw that this thing would come, where some people may travel under questionable circumstances, etc. So they started saying that, hey, close the borders. I'm not saying that literally I agree that they should close the borders, but you could get some wisdom in what they were saying, meaning that begin to take steps to forestall a situation where when you need somebody to come answer, when you need somebody to hold a person accountable, the person will not be out of this jurisdiction and out of reach. That was the meaning of close the borders, close the borders. Of course, they couldn't have meant that close the borders in such a way that nobody can go out. No. So you see that, as I say, democracy is what? Crowd wisdom. Crowd wisdom. So the people saw it. People, party foot soldiers. You see, yes, they may not all of them are that much literate, etc. But they could see it. They could see that the next thing is that wrongdoers would bolt. Kissi Ejabe was around all this while. And so for me, as I've stated, based on all these facts, it's difficult to agree with his reasons for declaring Ofori-Atta wanted. I side with Madam Mariada that Kissi Ejabe should rather travel out to the U.S., the Mayo Clinic, the address given, and look for Ofori-Atta there.
You should travel there and look for him.
Oh, absolutely. He's done that in the past. My understanding is that when he was doing the Airbus investigation, he went to the UK, right?
Yeah.
Etc. Even if he's never done it, we can always do. So that we don't do it in such a manner that it will be taken that, oh, it's a political witch hunt. Because once Oforiatta's letter predates Kissi Jabin's request to have him come and answer, I think we should tread cautiously. Investigate the bona fides of the medical claims. Yes, it's when you go into it and you see that, no, there is a ruse, he's not really sick, etc., then we can be on your side, Kissi Jabin. But for now, to the extent that Oforiatta wrote to the Chief of Staff earlier, I understand 22nd of January. Mr. Okase, did you show that one too?
Yes.
22nd. And then Kissi Jabin's letter comes on the 24th. It's difficult to just jump on the bandwagon that, yes, go for him. No. Let's tread cautiously. I referenced how J.B. Dankwa died. We all know that Kwame Nkrumah did well. I mean, he's about the best president, okay? But we also know that the death of J.B. Dankwa did not clothe Kwame Nkrumah in glory. Even J.B. Dankwa, whilst he was sick in prison, he wrote to Parliament. Parliament declined and said they have nothing to do with it, etc. So once Oforiatta is saying he's not well, he's going for medical treatment, let's learn from our history and see how to accommodate him. In any event, he was here for years. And that's why I told you earlier on that his office itself, we need to specialize in scrutinizing the Office of Special Prosecutor. I think we've been giving too much support and not scrutinizing that office. Earlier on, Martin Amidu wrote an article where he said there was a lot of corruption going on there. Yes, Martin Amidu said there was an article we referenced here. You see, and then fast forward, if you look at the slow pace at which this investigation was done, it just lends credence to the fact that he was playing slow. I mean, because...
and it couldn't be that, as you indicated some time ago on this platform, that you get the sense that the Akufo-Addo administration was oppressing Kissi Jabin in silence. And so now he has a lot of freedom to be doing what he is doing now.
Yes, so I'm coming to that. So yes, I have said it. That was another factor. The Akufo-Addo was interfering and oppressing him, etc. But for me, the thing is that would not stop him from investigating this matter, because based on public opinion, once again, the pressure, Akufo-Addo was compelled to appoint KPMG to go into the SML matter. And KPMG's report is out. So I don't see how KPMG could do an investigation, but Kissi Jabin couldn't do an investigation on the SML matter. And for National Cathedral, the facts are out here. So for facts that are publicly available, those ones, I really am struggling to see the extent to which Akufo-Addo could frustrate those investigations. It's usually the ones that don't get public traction, the ones that have not gotten public attention. Those are easier to influence. But the ones that are out openly, National Cathedral, SML, and when it comes to ECG, we all know that ECG, was being used as a sludge, fund, right? That Bawumia, who pretends over ECG, was just using ECG to get funding for his campaign.
That we can also...
but the PwC report is out. 3.5 billion could not be accounted. It was under-declared.
Yes,
remember I said it earlier
you have said that.
Cash waterfall mechanism, but Bawumia was manipulating the MD. They were making money.
That's what I was saying. We can independently.
Yes, so the report is out. Yes. It says that, why? You set up a cash waterfall mechanism, and yet the MD Dubik, Mahama, was under-declaring. What were they doing? When they asked him, he said, under-declaration is not a crime. He will come and answer how under-declaration is not a crime. So I say, when you put all this together, and it was just common, there were stories out there in the public accusing Bawumia of being behind the Haptel contract where they were fleecing ECG, etc. So for me, the thing is that these stories, so out of the four you've mentioned, for matters concerning ECG, National Cathedral, SML, I think to the extent that they were largely in the public domain, the influence of Akufo-Addo couldn't be that much because the public was out there. And besides, I didn't say that, yes, I support Kissi. I've largely supported him, except the matter of the Edubuahi matter, the undue influence. while he freed Edubuahin so that Bawumia could also be freed. That's a matter we'll contest in court. Yes, that matter is not done. We'll contest it.
You contest it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
See,
because we already have 2 cases in court. So sometimes you don't want to have too many. You know, this SML, we've sued. Manasseh Azure's Media Foundation for West Africa, ASEP, Bemwachi led the CDD, etc. They are in court. We've done a civil suit trying to say because of the procurement breaches and also most especially no work done, the money should be refunded to the state, right? We've sued. So, and this is the other matter too. So we have these 2 lawsuits. So when you have 2 cases in court, you are wondering whether you should see through those 2 before you come to the undue influence matter, the matter involving Edubuahin and Bawumia. Right? Yes. So based on all of this, this particular one, maybe Kisi should have consulted widely beyond his OSP office because timing
you're saying he could have stopped converter at the airport, for instance?
Yeah, initially, yes. You see, when I said so, that's you don't wait for that day.
Okay.
Yes, but they could. You know, there's a stop list. That argument I made it earlier on, all on the basis that but if we're looking for the man, knowing the surveillance, etc., you know, you would ask national security to help you with surveillance and all that. They could have used the stop list. But that was the initial argument. You know, when a story breaks, you know, we make arguments, later we reflect. Yes, so I said that at the beginning, that I just felt like he had more tools available that could have been stopped to Furiata if he wanted. But subsequently, my stronger argument is that, and even within the same interview, as I was, it was 12 o'clock news on the same day he did the interview, I was talking to TV3. Then I remembered, as I said, the foot soldiers haven't given a warning that people were abscond, etc. So I expected that Kisi would have expedited action. And I say I expect that he would have expedited action because, you know, in September 2023, he started recruiting, he was giving clearance to recruit about 230. So I always say that even 50 declined. He had at least 180 personnel, right? And so that's a lot. Why didn't you put people on these cases? Morning, afternoon, evening. Eat, sleep, drink, all those cases. You would have gone far. Yes, I appreciate that some investigations can be complex, etc. Yes, but it doesn't look like this SML matter especially, a national cathedral. Yes, we know complex ones, or we know the popular one. You know, Sepp Blatter, before the FBI got him, it was years, the FIFA scandal, years. But these ones don't fall into that category because a lot of the facts are publicly available. Even Shrike did its investigations and saw there were procurement breaches. KPMG did. KPMG's report came sometime in April last, this in 2024. So these cases are not rocket science to say that investigations take years.
Well, and Council, let me do this quickly. I've been joined on Zoom by Samida Akon. He's the Director of Strategy, Research and Communications at the Office of Special Prosecutor. Zadako, good morning.
Okay, Abusia Winnie and Sama Ekoso, our political highway. So, John Dramani Mahama, NHS, Wakulu sit down a year. Airport na enye asem ketu akra or the ban ato NPP officials akron phone ni na no ye investigate o ma enye easy kra beda ma sesa mo jepe ne kokoti sa all the way e de mi aha POG Media so beda ma se